Modern cars are packed with technology that's supposed to make driving easier, but what if all those fancy electronics are actually making them less reliable than the cars your parents drove in the 1990s? Well, it turns out that might be exactly what's happening. The 1990s were a golden age of automotive engineering, where manufacturers built cars to last, not just to impress with flashy features. And when you look at the numbers, some of these 90s models are still outperforming brand new cars today. Let's count down the top 10 cars from the 1990s that prove sometimes older really is better. Number 10, Nissan Maxima A32, generation 1995 to 1999. The Nissan Maxima from the mid to late 90s was marketed as a four-door sports car, and it lived up to that promise in ways that modern sedans simply can't match. This wasn't just marketing hype. The Maxima delivered a perfect blend of luxury features and sporty performance that put it toe-to-toe with much more expensive European cars of its time. What made the Maxima special was its robust V6 engine that could handle serious performance demands while still being reliable enough for daily driving. The 3.0-liter Soch V6 produced 160 horsepower at 5,200 revolutions per minute, with 182 pound-feet of torque at 2,800 revolutions per minute. But if you wanted more power, the Doheg version cranked out 190 horsepower at 5,600 revolutions per minute and 190 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute. This engine was designed to last, and many examples are still running strong today with proper maintenance. The Maxima offered something that's hard to find in modern cars: a genuine connection between driver and machine. The steering was direct, the throttle response was immediate, and you could feel exactly what the car was doing through the seat of your pants. Modern cars might be faster on paper, but they've lost that mechanical feel that made driving exciting. The A32 generation Maxima proved that you didn't need to sacrifice reliability for performance. The car's V6 engine was generally considered robust and capable of sustained strong performance over a long lifespan, while newer cars often require expensive dealer visits for complex electronic problems. The Maxima's issues were straightforward and fixable. Common problems included leaking AC hoses, ignition coil failures, and power steering pump leaks. But these were mechanical issues that any competent mechanic could handle without specialized computer equipment. Today's cars are filled with sensors and electronic systems that can fail unexpectedly and cost thousands. To repair, the Maxima kept things simple, and that simplicity translated into lower long-term ownership costs. The Maxima illustrated a performance-reliability trade-off within a generally reliable brand. While Nissan was known for dependability, the Maxima, particularly the A32 generation, was positioned as a four-door sports car, emphasizing higher performance. This pursuit of enhanced performance while delivering a potent and sporty driving experience appears to have introduced some specific reliability quirks, but these were manageable issues that didn't compromise the car's fundamental durability. The average annual repair cost for a Nissan Maxima was approximately $898. Though this was still reasonable for a performance-oriented sedan, parts were generally available, though some imported parts costs were high for certain components. Number 9. Ford Crown Victoria Panther Platform, 1992 to 1997. If you want to talk about bulletproof reliability, look no further than the Ford Crown Victoria, built on the legendary Panther platform. This car earned its reputation the hard way by serving as police cruisers and taxicabs for decades. The Crown Victoria's body-on-frame construction was its secret weapon. This design gave it tank-like robustness that modern unibody cars simply can't match. When a Crown Vic got into an accident, it didn't crumple. Like modern cars, it absorbed the impact and kept going. Many examples have eclipsed 200,000 miles on their original parts, and some documented cases have reached an astonishing 100,000 miles. Vehicles on the Panther platform used in taxi service had an average life expectancy exceeding 400,000 miles. The Crown Victoria came with either a 5.0-liter Windsor V8, producing 150 horsepower at 3,200 revolutions per minute and 270 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 revolutions per minute, or a larger 5.8-liter Windsor V8 that bumped power up to 180 to 210 horsepower with 270 to 315 pound-feet of torque. These engines were designed with one goal in mind: to run forever and keep running under the most demanding conditions. What made the Crown Victoria special was its commercial-grade engineering. This wasn't a car designed to impress buyers on a showroom floor. It was built to withstand the daily abuse of police work and taxi service that engineering translated into exceptional long-term reliability for regular owners. The car's design was heavily influenced by its intended use in police and taxi fleets. This commercial-grade approach prioritized ruggedness, ease of repair, and the use of heavy-duty components over fancy features. The result was a car that could handle anything you threw at it. Modern cars might have better fuel economy and more features, but they can't match the Crown. Victoria's fundamental durability repairs on a Crown Vic were cheap and easy thanks to its simple design and widespread availability of parts. The car's straightforward engineering meant that any mechanic could work on it without needing specialized tools or training. This accessibility to repair fostered what can be described as the democratization of repair with significant economic benefits for owners. The Crown Victoria proved that vehicles originally designed for demanding commercial applications often possess a hidden layer of durability that surpasses designs focused solely on consumer appeal, making them superior for those who prioritize absolute longevity and repairability. The average annual repair cost for a Ford Crown Victoria was approximately $1,081. However, individual repairs were often described as cheap and easy due to the vehicle's simple design parts. Availability was excellent, a direct result of its long production run and extensive use in fleet applications. Number 8. Jeep Cherokee XJ, 1990 to 2001. The Jeep Cherokee XJ wasn't just another SUV, it was a paradigm-shifting vehicle that influenced the entire sport utility segment while pioneering the compact SUV category. The XJ introduced unibody construction to the 4x4 world, a departure from traditional body-on-frame designs that made it lighter, more efficient, and surprisingly more durable. The Cherokee's innovative unibody construction represented a significant engineering breakthrough for its time. This design, coupled with robust engines like the legendary 4.0-liter inline-six, resulted in a lighter, more efficient, and unexpectedly durable package. The success of the XJ demonstrated that advanced structural engineering could yield superior performance and durability without relying solely on brute force. The heart of the Cherokee XJ was its bulletproof 4.0-liter AMIC PowerTech inline-six engine. This motor produced between 173 and 190 horsepower at 4,500 to 4,750 revolutions per minute, with 220 to 225 pound-feet of torque at 2,500 to 3,950 revolutions per minute, but the numbers don't tell the whole story. This engine was legendary for its unwavering reliability and its ability to withstand considerable abuse. Many Cherokee owners report their vehicles exceeding 200,000 miles with consistent maintenance. The 4.0-liter 6 was so well regarded that it became the gold standard for reliability in the SUV world. What made the Cherokee XJ special was its unique combination of formidable off-road prowess and surprisingly comfortable on-road ride. This wasn't just a weekend warrior that sat in driveways all week. It was a daily driver that could tackle serious off-road adventures. When called upon, the unibody construction made it more rigid than body-on-frame competitors, while still maintaining the durability needed for serious off-road use. The Cherokee XJ offered something that modern SUVs have largely abandoned: true off-road capability without sacrificing everyday usability. Today's SUVs might look tough, but most are designed primarily for on-road comfort. The Cherokee was built for people who actually needed to go places where roads don't exist yet. It was comfortable enough for daily commuting. This versatility made it incredibly popular among outdoor enthusiasts who needed one vehicle that could do everything. The XJ Cherokee's groundbreaking unibody construction in a 4x4 vehicle represented a significant engineering innovation for its time. This design resulted in a vehicle that was not only capable, but also influenced subsequent SUV design, proving that innovation could also lead to lasting reliability. The Cherokee XJ is widely considered super reliable with consistent maintenance, while certain repairs could be costly, such as a neutral safety switch replacement, which could range from $640 to $686 parts. Availability was generally good, with a robust aftermarket due to the XJ's enduring popularity. An enthusiast following the average annual repair cost for a Jeep Cherokee was approximately $520. Number 7. Honda Accord 1990 to 1997. Generations. The Honda Accord of the 1990s set the gold standard for what a family sedan should be. It was meticulously designed as a lean, purposeful sedan intended to comfortably accommodate 4 passengers while delivering exceptional reliability and practicality that modern cars struggle to match the 1990s. Accord achieved what can be described as balanced excellence, a remarkable feat in mass-market vehicle engineering. This wasn't a car that excelled in one area while sacrificing others. It delivered comprehensive, well-rounded performance and durability that satisfied the average consumer's needs without compromise. This balanced approach is something that many modern cars have abandoned in favor of. Specialization owners frequently report remarkable longevity with testimonials including not one flaw in 20 years of ownership and vehicles accumulating over 35,000 miles. The Accord offered a driving experience that was both simple and refined, coupled with excellent visibility that contributed to its enduring appeal. The Accord came with several engine options, depending on the trim level. The base 2.0-liter four-cylinder produced 131 horsepower at 5,300 revolutions per minute and 132 pound-feet of torque. At 5,000 revolutions per minute, the larger 2.2-liter four-cylinder in X trim made 140 horsepower at 5,600 revolutions per minute and 142 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 revolutions per minute, while the LX and DX versions used a detuned 2.2-liter, making 125 horsepower at 5,200 revolutions per minute and 137 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute. What made these engines special wasn't their power output, but their incredible durability. The F-Series engines were particularly noted for their high reliability, with short blocks capable of enduring over 3,000 miles. The Accord's reliability wasn't just about the engine. The entire car was engineered for longevity. Honda focused on building a vehicle that would provide dependable transportation for decades, not just until the warranty expired. This philosophy resulted in cars that remained super dependable, even at over 2,000 miles. Maintenance on the Accord was straightforward and parts were readily available, keeping long-term ownership costs low. The average annual repair cost for a 1990s Honda Accord was approximately $400, which is remarkably low for any vehicle, let alone one that's over 30 years old. The Accord's consistent high reliability, good fuel economy, and solid driving dynamics demonstrated that Honda achieved remarkable balanced excellence in a mass-market vehicle. This suggested that during the 1990s, engineering focus was on delivering comprehensive, well-rounded performance and durability for the average consumer, rather than prioritizing one aspect at the expense of others. This balanced excellence was a key factor in its lasting appeal and its perceived superiority over some modern cars that may excel in a single metric, but fall short in overall long-term value and ownership experience. Common issues with the Accord included ignition switch failure leading to no start conditions flashing, check engine and D4 lights indicating transmission problems, dark radio climate control displays, faulty door lock actuators, and warped front brake rotors, but these were generally minor issues that didn't affect the car's fundamental reliability. Number 6. Toyota Land Cruiser 80 Series 1990 to 1997. The 80 Series Toyota Land Cruiser stands as an icon of capability and a symbol of trust, strength, and global adventure in the automotive world. This wasn't just another SUV. It was a purpose-built machine designed to go anywhere and do anything, particularly in regions with harsh conditions where failure simply wasn't an option. The 80 Series was distinguished by its unmatched durability, often described as insanely reliable, with consistent maintenance, and built with overbuilt components designed for extreme resilience. Its robust design and superior four-wheel drive system rendered it ideal for navigating extreme conditions and demanding off-road adventures that would stop most modern SUVs in their tracks. The Land Cruiser's insanely reliable reputation and overbuilt nature stemmed directly from its original design. Intent to be a go-anywhere, do-anything vehicle, this contrasted sharply with many modern SUVs that often prioritize luxury and on-road comfort over genuine capability. When a vehicle is engineered with a primary focus on extreme durability and off-road capability, it inherently gains a level of mechanical resilience that surpasses vehicles designed for broader consumer appeal. The 80 Series came with several engine options depending on the market. The early models from 1990 to 1992 used a 4.0-liter inline-six called the 3Phi that produced 155 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. From 1993 onward, Toyota introduced the legendary 4.5-liter inline-six, known as the Honda Civic, that cranked out 212 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. Some markets also received a 3.0-liter turbodiesel four-cylinder that made 123 horsepower and 218 pound-feet of torque. The 1.5 engine, introduced in 1993 and later models, was famously engineered to withstand multiple rebores, indicating an extraordinary design for longevity. This wasn't an engine that was designed to last just long enough to get through the warranty period. It was built to run for hundreds of thousands of miles. With proper care, the Land Cruiser's longevity is legendary, with many examples reliably exceeding 200,000 miles and often described as capable of running forever. While the fuel economy wasn't great, typically ranging from 10 to 15 mpg, the trade-off was worth it for owners who needed maximum reliability. The Land Cruiser benefited from excellent parts availability, including a rich selection of custom and aftermarket components, which contributed to its long-term viability and popularity among enthusiasts. The purpose-built advantage in extreme durability made the Land Cruiser superior for specific, demanding use cases, while the repairable reliability rating for the Toyota Land Cruiser suggested higher than average ownership costs. This often reflected the expense of repairs when they did occur, rather than the frequency of issues, as owner sentiment for reliability was overwhelmingly positive. Typical issues reported included power steering pump leaks, automatic transmission shifting problems at very high mileages, and failed emissions due to blocked eager systems. But age-related degradation of rubber, plastic, and electrical components was to be expected. The average annual repair cost for a 1990s Toyota Land Cruiser was approximately $843. Over its first 10 years of service, total maintenance and repair costs were estimated at around $6,485, but this investment was worthwhile for owners who needed a vehicle that could handle extreme conditions reliably. Number 5. Honda Civic 1990 to 2000 generations. The Honda Civic has been a popular choice since 1972, but the 1990s models were something special. They were lauded as reliable, fun, and fuel-efficient options that delivered what modern cars promise, but often failed to provide long-term dependability without breaking the bank. The 1990s, Honda Civic achieved an efficiency-durability sweet spot that modern cars struggle to match. The Civic demonstrated the ability to deliver exceptional fuel economy while simultaneously being built like tanks and maintaining satisfying reliability. This was during a period when Honda successfully engineered for efficiency without compromising fundamental mechanical durability. The Civic offered pure, old-school driving pleasure due to its lightweight and agile nature. Largely unburdened by excessive electronic aids that can dilute the driving experience, owners frequently express deep satisfaction, with many reporting their vehicles accumulating over 286,000 or even 293,000 miles, while still delivering major smiles all the time. The Civic came with several engine options throughout the decade. The base 1.5-liter Cherokee four-cylinder made between 70 and 92 horsepower. Depending on the specific variant, the sportier Psi and X models used a 1.6-liter Cherokee four-cylinder that produced 108 to 109 horsepower and 100 pound-feet of torque. The top performance models featured a 1.6-liter Cherokee VTEC four-cylinder that cranked out between 148 and 160 horsepower and 106 to 111 pound-feet of torque. Owners reported achieving up to 47 mpg on the highway, which is impressive even by today's standards. What made the Civic special was its fundamental engineering philosophy. Honda built these cars to last, not just to impress buyers with features that would quickly become outdated. The Civic's longevity is well documented, with numerous owners reporting vehicles exceeding 286,000 and 293,000 miles. The average annual repair cost for a 1990s Honda Civic is approximately $368, highlighting its economical nature throughout its lifespan. The low cost of ownership and widespread availability of affordable parts are key factors contributing to the Civic's enduring popularity and ease of maintenance. Even today, finding parts for a 90s Civic is easier and cheaper than maintaining many cars that are only a few years old. The Civic demonstrated that robust, simpler designs could indeed deliver impressive efficiency without sacrificing longevity. In contrast, many modern cars achieve higher MPG figures through complex hybrid or turbocharged systems, which can introduce new long-term reliability concerns. The 1990s, Civic served as a compelling example of engineering excellence that didn't require cutting-edge complexity. The Honda The Civic held a repair pull reliability rating of 4.5 out of 5.0, placing it third among 36 compact cars indicative of excellent ownership costs. Typical issues reported included the airbag light, illuminating due to failed occupant position sensors, vibrations and rattles caused by worn engine mounts, power window switch. Failures in braking hood release cables, warped front brake rotors were also a common complaint. Rust could be a significant concern for older models, particularly in regions with harsh climates, but these issues were generally manageable and didn't affect the car's fundamental reliability. Number 4, Mazda Miata NA generation 1990 to 1997. The Mazda Miata, specifically its first generation NA, quickly gained renown for its distinctive, zippy, aesthetic, iconic pop-up headlights and exceptionally nimble handling, cultivating a passionate cult following that continues to this day. It is widely credited with revitalizing the honest sports car concept, blending pure driving enjoyment with the reliability expected of a modern automobile. The Miata's lightweight construction, mechanical purity, and unwavering focus on driver engagement distinguish it from many contemporary sports cars. It successfully delivered the exhilarating driving experience of vintage roadsters without their infamous reliability shortcomings. Enthusiasts frequently praise its engine's willingness to rev and the crisp, precise action of its 5-speed manual shifter. Likening it to a formula car, the Miata exemplified the anti-luxury approach to reliability. Its success and remarkable dependability stemmed from its deliberate lack of complexity and singular focus on core driving elements. This stood in stark contrast to luxury brands of the 1990s and many modern cars that integrate an abundance of complex features by intentionally not adding superfluous features. Mazda minimized potential failure points, demonstrating that simplicity can be a powerful strategy for achieving exceptional reliability. The Miata came with a 1.6-liter Dossi 4-cylinder engine, designated the B6Z, that produced 116 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 100 pound-feet of torque at 5,500 revolutions per minute. This might not sound like much power by today's standards, but in a car that weighed only about 2,100 pounds, it was plenty. The Miata could reach 60 miles per hour in 9.2 seconds and had a top speed of 116 miles per hour while achieving between 24 and 30 mpg. Depending on driving conditions, the Miata's powertrains are well regarded for their durability, with many examples reliably exceeding 150,000 miles and even reaching 200,000 miles with consistent routine maintenance. The key to the Miata's longevity was its simple, honest engineering. There were no turbos, no complex variable valve timing systems, no intricate electronics. Just a well-designed, naturally aspirated engine paired with a solid manual transmission. The Miata is notably inexpensive to maintain, with owners describing it as super cheap. To work on citing affordable parts like brake pads for around $30 parts. Availability is excellent due to the vehicle's popularity, the commonality of components shared with other Mazda models, and a thriving aftermarket industry. The Miata's success demonstrated that by intentionally not adding superfluous features, a manufacturer could minimize potential failure points and achieve exceptional reliability, particularly in a performance-oriented vehicle, where reliability is often perceived as a trade-off. Common issues reported with the Miata included a short-nose crank failure in early 1.6-liter engines from 1990 to early 1991 models. Though this was often a manageable fix for experienced mechanics, other typical problems involved hose failures, particularly heater hoses and radiator degradation due to age. Some owners also noted slow fuel tank filling issues and worn shock absorbers, but these were generally minor maintenance items that didn't compromise the car's fundamental reliability. Number 3. Lexus LS400, 1990 to 2000 generations. The Lexus LS400 luxury sedan is lauded for its remarkable longevity and reliability, often described as possessing Camry-like reliability with higher and more sporty build quality. This flagship model played a pivotal role in establishing the Lexus brand's reputation for quality and luxury, demonstrating that premium vehicles could also be exceptionally dependable. The LS400 embodied the luxury reliability paradox, notably defied the prevailing perception that luxury cars were inherently unreliable and prohibitively expensive to maintain. Its bulletproof engine and overall durability demonstrated that high-end features and comfort could indeed coexist with exceptional reliability, a standard that many modern luxury vehicles still struggle to consistently achieve. The LS400 is celebrated for its bulletproof 4.0-liter V8 engine, an exceptionally quiet cabin, and a remarkably smooth ride. Even by modern standards, it offered a compelling blend of luxury and reliability that often surpassed its German competitors, particularly at its price point. Many owners assert that its build quality and refinement allow it to compare favorably with much newer models. The LS400 came with a 4.0-liter 1-use V8 engine that produced between 242 and 250 horsepower at 5,400 revolutions per minute and 258 pound-feet of torque. At 4,400 revolutions per minute, this engine was paired with a smooth, shifting, 4-speed automatic transmission that delivered power to the rear wheels. The LS400 could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.2 to 8.5 seconds and had a top speed of 155 miles per hour while achieving 18 to 21 mpg. What made the LS400 truly special was its engineering philosophy. Lexus built this car to last decades, not just to impress buyers for the first few years of ownership. The company's initial brand strategy prioritized long-term customer satisfaction through unparalleled reliability, which ultimately cultivated immense brand loyalty and established a new paradigm for luxury automotive engineering. The LS400 is renowned for its longevity, with many examples reliably exceeding 2,000,000 miles. One notable anecdotal account mentions a Lexus LS400 with nearly 1,000,000 miles. While maintenance costs for a luxury vehicle like the LS400 are higher than for a standard sedan, the reliability means you're spending money on scheduled maintenance rather than unexpected repairs. The LS400's bulletproof reputation came from Lexus's commitment to quality that went far beyond what was typical in the luxury car market. The company tested prototypes extensively, running them for millions of miles. Before production began, this obsessive attention to detail resulted in a vehicle that could deliver luxury car comfort and performance with economy car reliability. Despite its overall robustness, some common issues included power steering pump leaks, which could affect the alternator if not addressed promptly. Though it was an inexpensive fix, early 1990 to 1997 models were particularly susceptible to leaking ECU capacitors that could damage the circuit board, with reports indicating a nearly 100% failure rate. In the earliest iterations, other minor issues could include failures in ducted electronics such as windows and speakers, front ball joints, and memory seat functions. The starter motor, due to its buried location, could be an expensive repair if it failed, while specific average annual repair costs varied. It was acknowledged that maintenance costs for a luxury vehicle like the LS400 were higher than for a standard sedan, for example. A timing belt and water pump replacement recommended every 9,000 miles could cost around $1,200. Parts could be expensive or challenging to locate, particularly for the shorter production run of the 1998 to 2000 models. However, extensive information and support were available on enthusiast forums for the more common 1990 to 1997 models, and OEM parts were still procurable. Number 2, Toyota Camry, 1990 to 1997 generations. The Toyota Camry of the 1990s established itself as the quintessential bulletproof family sedan, achieving immense popularity and setting a benchmark for reliability within its segment. During this period, it consistently ranked among the top-selling vehicles, globally underscoring its widespread acceptance and trust among consumers. The 1990s Camry is celebrated for its unmatched reliability, straightforward engineering, and remarkably low ownership costs. Owners frequently attest to its exceptional longevity, with many recounting how their vehicles took a licking and kept on ticking and provided reliable transportation for decades. This enduring performance is largely attributed to the era's manufacturing philosophy, which placed a strong emphasis on quality construction and long-term durability. The Camry embodied the unsung hero of automotive durability, while high-performance sports cars often garner more attention. The Camry's consistent high reliability ratings and numerous owner testimonials of extreme longevity point to a deliberate engineering focus on utilitarian resilience. This made it a compelling counter-narrative to the idea that only exciting cars are worth discussing, highlighting the often overlooked yet profound value of dependable, long-lasting transportation. The XY10 generation Camry offered several engine options. The base 2.2-liter 5 SV 4-cylinder produced 130 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque, while the available 3.0-liter 3VZ V6 cranked out 185 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. From 1994 onward, Toyota introduced an updated 3.0-liter 1MZ FEV6 that made 188 horsepower and 203 pound-feet of torque. Both engines could be paired with either a 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic transmission. The Camry's reliability credentials are impressive. It holds a repair pull reliability rating of 4.0 out of 5.0, positioning it third among 24 midsize cars and indicating excellent ownership costs. Its longevity is well documented, with many owners reporting their vehicles easily surpassing 200,000 miles. The average annual repair cost for a 1990s Toyota Camry is approximately $388, reflecting its economical ownership profile. Parts availability is generally excellent, a direct benefit of the Camry's high sales volume and extensive use of shared components across Toyota's product lines. This widespread availability helps keep repair costs down and ensures that maintenance is relatively straightforward even today. Over 25 years after production ended, finding parts for a 90s Camry is easier and cheaper than maintaining many newer vehicles. The Camry's success was built on Toyota's manufacturing philosophy of the era, which prioritized fundamental durability and longevity. The company focused on creating vehicles that would provide reliable transportation for decades, not just until the warranty expired. This approach resulted in cars that consistently delivered dependable service well into their second and third decades of life. Common issues with the Camry, typically arising at higher mileages, included automatic transmissions that may hesitate or not shift correctly, illumination of the check engine light due to failed oxygen sensors or EVAP purge control valves, leaks from the power steering pump or hoses, oil leaks from valve cover gaskets, and warped front brake rotors. These were generally minor issues that could be addressed without major expense and didn't compromise the vehicle's fundamental reliability. The Camry represented everything that was right about 1990s automotive engineering. It proved that a focus on basic reliability and straightforward design could create a vehicle that would serve its owners faithfully for decades. While modern cars offer more features and better fuel economy, they often lack the fundamental durability that made the Camry a legend. Number 1. Porsche 911 993, generation 1994 to 1998. The Porsche 911 of the 993 generation holds a unique and revered status. As the last air-cooled Porsche 911, it is widely considered a significant advance over its predecessor, and from the prettiest 911 design ever. This model is highly sought after for its exceptional driving purity and iconic status, representing the pinnacle of analog automotive engineering. The 993 successfully combined classic aesthetics with substantial technical improvements, most notably a new multi-link rear suspension dubbed the Weissach axle that significantly enhanced handling and reduced the tendency for liftoff. Oversteer, it offered a pure mechanical driving feel, unburdened by the extensive electronic intervention found in modern vehicles. Furthermore, its engine was specifically designed to be more reliable and easier to maintain than its predecessor. The 993 embodied analog purity as a lasting value proposition. Its status as the last air-cooled 911 and its emphasis on mechanical feel elevated it beyond mere performance figures to a symbol of unadulterated driving. This suggests that for a significant segment of the market, the absence of modern digital complexities and driver aids is not a deficiency, but a core value, contributing to its enduring desirability and perceived superiority in driving engagement. The 993 came with several engine configurations. The base 3.6-liter flat-six M64 engine produced 272 horsepower, while the Variogram-equipped version from 1996 onward bumped power up to 285 horsepower. The twin-turbo variant cranked out between 408 and 450 horsepower, while the lightweight Carrera RS featured a 3.8-liter flat-six that made 300 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 262 pound-feet of torque at 5,400 revolutions per minute, allowing it to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.0 seconds and reach a top speed of 173 miles per hour. The Porsche 993 is known for its robust construction, with engines capable of easily seeing 200,000 miles without needing major work. Mileage is generally not a significant concern for these cars, provided they have been well maintained. However, diligent maintenance is crucial for ownership, while maintenance costs for a Porsche 993 are considered reasonable for a vehicle of its caliber. Oil changes for its air-cooled engine are expensive, and a clutch replacement can cost between $3,000 and $4,000. But owners can save significantly on costs by performing some maintenance themselves. Parts availability is generally good, particularly for major components, and OEM parts are still available. The 993 represents everything that made 90s cars special. It combined cutting-edge engineering with mechanical simplicity, delivering a pure driving experience that modern cars with their electronic nannies and digital interfaces simply cannot match. The 993's appeal lies in its analog purity, and the growing appreciation for the less is more philosophy in high-performance vehicles where driver skill and direct feedback are prioritized over electronic insulation. This highlights a fundamental shift in automotive values where the absence of modern digital complexities is seen as a feature rather than a limitation. Common issues with the 993 included oil leaks from the lower cam cover, which were typically simple to resolve electrical problems such as failing electric windows and seat height adjusters, and regular brake wear. Early 993 models from before 1995 could experience carbon buildup issues. Though this was addressed in later versions, these were generally manageable maintenance items that didn't detract from the car's fundamental excellence. These 10 cars from the 1990s prove that sometimes older really is better. They were built during a golden age when manufacturers prioritized durability and driver engagement over flashy features and complex electronics. The 1990s represented a unique sweet spot in automotive history where mechanical systems had achieved a high degree of refinement, and electronic integration was present but had not yet become the dominant pervasive force it is today. This confluence resulted in vehicles that were often simpler to diagnose and repair, inherently more durable in their core mechanical components, and offered a more direct, engaging driving experience, while modern cars might have more horsepower, better fuel economy, and fancier infotainment systems. They often lack the fundamental reliability and pure driving experience that made these 90s legends so special. Today, these cars are experiencing a resurgence in popularity as people rediscover the joy of simple mechanical engineering that just works. The enduring appeal of these 1990s automobiles lies not just in nostalgia, but in their demonstrable long-term cost-effectiveness and driving character that remains highly sought after the market for well-preserved 1990s vehicles is experiencing a resurgence driven by a blend of nostalgia, a desire for simpler mechanics, and the undeniable long-term value proposition they offer. Their robust construction, straightforward engineering, and relative ease of maintenance ensure that they remain viable and enjoyable vehicles for decades to come.